Birds like this kind of a bottom where it's open. There's enough cover they can hide a little bit, but they can see good too. Can't get ambushed very easy.
Hello everybody, thanks for joining us today on Outdoor Oklahoma. This is our annual turkey hunt, something we've looked forward to all year long. We're in western Oklahoma, kind of north and west a little bit of Elk City. Joining me is Danny Pierce. Danny is with the Rush Creek Guide Service out of Raiden, Oklahoma. And Danny, a day like today, we've got winds blowing about 30 miles an hour. What's that going to do to turkey hunting?
Well, in western Oklahoma, you just have to go ahead and hunt. It creates a few problems, but not a whole lot that you can't deal with on the deal. It's set up and as much out of the wind as you can, if you can, and all. We killed a gobbler over in Texas. The season opened over there Saturday, and Saturday evening the wind was gusting 40, 50 miles an hour, and we killed a gobbler over there. But there was a lot of luck involved, and was in the right area. But it can be done, and if you stay in the room, like they say, you're not going to kill one in camp. So you go ahead and go out and hunt.
Go out and hunt. If you're hunting in western Oklahoma, if someone comes out here for the first time, what should they look for?
Roost trees to start with. You got to find a place. Personally, I look for turkeys. I get out, I look and try to spot birds and figure out where they're traveling. And of course, from year to year, like this spot we're in, I've been hunting it for the last 3 or 4 years, and I know the birds are here to start with. So each year, I just have to repattern them and see if they've changed where they're traveling and what they're doing, and such as that. But then you go out and look for the tracks. You find a roost, you find a feed, or you see the birds, and then you can go out and look for tracks and other sign to know that they're in the area.
Well, I guess if you're driving around and you see turkeys, you need to make sure that you have permission to hunt on those people's lands.
Certainly. You have to have. In Oklahoma, we have the public land in Roger Mills County that you can hunt on some.
Well, you mentioned earlier, look for the food. What are they eating this time of year?
Green stuff, a lot. They're grazing like on the green wheat up here, alfalfa, the natural weeds and grasses that are coming up, but they're heavy into the new growth that's coming out.
Well, today I know you recommended I try to use a couple of decoys. The birds, they'll see the decoys and hopefully they'll come to them. Is that right?
A lot of times. The hens, sometimes an aggressive hen will come to decoys and challenge them to fight and all. A lot of times hens are spooked to decoys. A lone gobbler, a lone group of gobblers will come to decoys real well. They'll see them and run to them. But if they got hens with them, if the hens don't want to go to the decoys, they're not necessarily going to do it. I've had decoys go both ways, but overall I like to use them.
I've had that experience too in the past. I know Neil and I, a few years ago, were shooting a piece, an archery piece. It was in the fall, and we had some decoys set up, and we thought that the birds would shy from the decoys and come closer, and sure enough, they ran right to them.
Yeah. I've had groups of jakes run in and just sit down amongst the decoys and go to preening and sitting right with them. But hens, I've had some hens that'll come up and attack a decoy and then spook when they hit it. I've had others that didn't bother them to hit it. And I've had hens where you kill a bird over decoys, and then the hens that were there when it happened, they won't ever come back to a decoy. They learn pretty quick. So.
They learn pretty quick. Well, I know the place we looked at this morning, you said it was a good path that the birds ought to walk through it. Are they going to their roost trees? Is that where they're going?
Well, right now, the way we're setting up early, birds could come from either way. The birds are going to roost back in here.
Okay.
So this evening when they come through, when they leave, they will go back to the east and the north here. Okay. Right now, they could be coming from that way, going to the wheat or down to the feed, down along the dairy, down along the creek, and they could be traveling either way right now.
Okay, well, Danny, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day. I know you've got a lot of other hunts. Let's go ahead and get out of the car, and I'll let you be on your way and set up and see if we can get a bird.
Good luck, Paul.
Thank you, appreciate it. This afternoon, I'm going to try something just a little bit different. A piece of a portable blind that we have, I'm going to set up and try to block so I can call on the birds when they come in. Won't see me. It's awfully open here in front of us, so I don't have anything to block. So I'm going to set this up and try to set some of these other sticks up around it, keep it stable so the wind won't blow it down. Just try to make your blinds look as natural as possible. Of course, you want something behind you, and I've got a good tree behind me. That's something that you always want to do. Even though we're on private land and there shouldn't be anyone else coming in, someone could always sneak in. So I've got a big tree for my back in case someone comes in, sees the decoys, foolishly takes a shot. I'll be protected from behind. But I think it's a pretty good setup. Like Danny was saying, the birds should be coming through this area, going toward the roost trees off to the east here. So I think that we'll have a pretty good hunt. Right now it's about 2:30. It might be 2 or 3 hours before the birds. There's a group of birds to the west of me. Y'all look like hens. It's hard to tell from here. It's kind of far away. It's about 300 or 400 yards. I can't really tell what they are, but they might all be hens. I really can't tell yet. Kind of down a little draw right now. There's two back along the fence. It possibly could be jakes, but I can't tell from here. There's three more coming out of the fence line back behind them. Here comes the fourth one. That's a big bird. The fourth one's a big bird. He's got a big beard. He's fanning. I don't know if you can see it from your position. Here comes a four over the hill, running. This is what's exciting about turkey hunting. The real grands, you can see them sometimes from a long way off. You get buck fever. I got him. Doesn't get much better than this. Western Oklahoma turkey hunting. I'm just gonna sit here a minute and let those hens run off. Don't want to spook them anymore than I have to. Looks like I can't stand it anymore. The hens are fixing to take off with that. Man, oh man. It was so funny seeing him when he was trying to strut and the wind was blowing him. I can't even hardly stand up out here. Well, this is what it's all about. Rio Grande turkey hunt in western Oklahoma. Got cockleburs and everything on. Look how pretty and white that is. You don't see many of them that white. Usually they're pretty dirty. He's a pretty good bird. Let's turn him over. Spurs, they look like they're about 3/4 of an inch long, but this one here is just as sharp as can be. When I picked him up, he got me. His beard, I'll have to measure it later, but it looks like it's about 8 or 9 inches long. Nice beard. Nice bird. Sometimes you don't realize how fortunate you are to get out and be able to chance to chase the wild turkey in Oklahoma. Tomorrow we're going to get with Mark Scroggins. Mark, of course, is the 4-time Oklahoma turkey calling champion. We're going to try to do a hunt with him, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to hear somebody that can really call. I know everyone at home was laughing at the way I was calling, but I guess it seemed to work. They sure came running in. Well, I'm going to go out to the barn now. Danny Pierce is up there and showing the bird, and thank him again for helping us out on this hunt.